Chris.
I barely want to talk to you for 8 minutes.
Well, fine.
but I'm gonna. All right, let me first off make sure it's all working and stuff. Okay. I hate people.
Okay.
Not you.
I know that.
Okay, come on. All right. Fuck that. Never mind. If it's not, then oh well.
What's that?
I was seeing if it got posted to Facebook, so the two people who care.
Yeah, I didn't see it on Facebook
Oh,
just a few minutes ago.
it's in Spanish.
Oh, it is. Good to
Or some,
know.
I don't know what the fuck that is. What is that? Um, copy. What is that? What language is that? I assume it's Spanish.
What's in Spanish? What are you talking about, Davey?
On my Facebook page here.
Oh, let me look.
That's
Oh my lord.
that's what it says.
Are you kidding?
Um, so we're broadcasting in Spain
Yeah, I see that.
or
Okay.
Mexico.
Cool.
What the fuck?
I do I do see that now.
And it says this is what happens when I try to do shit randomly. Um, it's like I could have swore I actually picked a language. No, that's not it. Video
Spanish.
language, English.
Yeah, that might be.
Okay.
Are we back? All right.
Yeah, yeah, no, we're and clearly there was not going to be any Spanish said.
Right.
I don't. Oof.
What?
That doesn't say anything on the. It's wow. It doesn't say anything on the Google Plus page
Mm.
in Spanish. It tweeted in Spanish. It looks like.
That's awesome.
No, I.
I know it's not, but jeez. You know,
Is
we're
that? I
trying
guess
to.
I assume that's Spanish.
It looks Spanish.
Let's go with that.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
All right.
Uh, so I'm obviously dropping this big bomb on you that I wanted to do this.
Yeah,
Oops.
I see.
I don't know if I want to close that or not.
I'm here.
Well, if you're
Oh,
here, it's all I sort of care about. I can go away. And I don't think I'm sharing my desktop because I'm looking at personal information.
no, you're not. I'm not sharing. Yeah, I assume I'm not sharing mine.
No, you're not. You're fine. Um,
Not that I care, but
right. You have nothing to hide, right?
no.
You didn't answer fast enough.
No. Unless you want to see a bunch of games and some stupid wallpaper.
Wait, you have games?
No. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Um,
Yes.
well, no, I don't see it there.
What do
And
you not see?
that's creepy, whatever I just saw.
What did you just see?
It's a grown man dancing like a naked baby on a friend's page, something they posted.
Oh,
I
wonderful.
I don't know. Nor do I care.
Good to know.
Uh,
Hmm.
I gotta kind of watch if somebody happens to come in to mute them immediately.
Oh,
Not that I
okay.
don't want anybody talking, but I just kind of want to
Yeah. That's fine.
just flap my gums, not my guns. I don't have guns. Muscles are shooty, like bang bang kind.
Yeah, and I got both references.
Thank you. Um, that's why I went to your phone because I sent it to your Yahoo. Like I said, I didn't see you on here.
Ah, that's weird. Yeah,
But obviously this will be the easiest, and we can of course get fucking Buddha in here sometime.
it's
I
fine.
I don't know about Phil. Not that I
I
don't
don't
want him
know.
here. I just don't know if he has. Well, I guess he could do it on his phone. He'll sound like
He's
shit.
got his phone and he's got a tablet. Maybe it'll work on the tab.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. He bought Buddha bought him that Shield tablet. So
He didn't buy me anything.
neither did he. Not for me.
Nobody bought me anything. I got a candle, which I think I told you.
I got deer meat.
That's better than. Well, that's. I don't know if it's better than a candle. I like
I
my
got
candle.
I got deer bologna, deer sausage, deer jerky.
That's all good stuff.
It's
And you're
good.
and you're not even celebrating the holiday.
Mm, yeah. What are you gonna do?
Um,
Mm, yes.
I have the distinct impression that you, I think back whenever Destiny came out, you mentioned, um, like about us all getting together and playing again and stuff. And then
Absolutely.
the game kind of, I don't want to say it sucks.
It. I wouldn't say it sucks. I just say
It's
it could
disappointing.
have it could have offered more.
Right,
Um,
like more than three players.
that is one. Two, obviously the content is very, you know, it's not as extensive as I thought it was going to be. Um, I mean, it's people seem, I mean, just stay addicted to it, despite you know what it's, what Bungie has presented, which is not a lot, but
Yeah.
it's got
And
that. Go ahead.
no, no, no. Finish your
No,
thought.
I mean, I think it's got people, a number of people coming back to it every day. I mean, I mean, obviously we see our friends playing it, and I, I just don't like playing it by myself. I don't think it's that engaging of a game to play by myself personally.
Um,
Um,
it it it's hang on, let me mute that. It most certainly is not. But I'm a glutton for punishment. I was just playing it. I don't know why, but I wake up, I do my dailies
yeah, I do see
for
you on there.
some unknown reason. I don't know why. I don't enjoy it,
Right, but you keep going to it.
but I still do it. And and the
Right.
Hunter boys, they play it uh, a lot.
Religiously.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, to say the least.
No,
Uh,
I've. Go ahead.
and they got new games, as a matter of fact. They got that
Phil got the Sunset Overdrive. I saw.
both of them did actually. I think.
Oh, did they?
I think.
Okay, I didn't know both of them got it.
There you
Okay.
go. You can play that with them. I will not be joining you. This
I
I don't. It doesn't appeal to me.
um, it's I've only I got to give it more time. I'm on the first. It does not give a good first impression. The controls are very twitchy and it just it takes a little bit to get used to. I was told to give it a few more hours and it really I like Insomniac games, so I'm not. It look. I mean, from what I've seen in streams, how people are playing it, I was like, yeah, this looks like a lot of fun. If I knew how the hell to control, but yeah, I heard the multiplayer is actually really good. So I don't know. I know Phil and Alex have been busy with work because they're back from the holiday season. So, but
Yes.
but um, but yeah, like I said, I mean,
Well, yeah. You seem to want to rekindle some sort of lost
right?
feeling. This is probably where I would bust into some sort of song, but I'm
No,
not.
please don't.
No, I'm not. Trust me. You don't. Nobody will
No,
ever let me do that. So
no, I do. I miss. I obviously. I mean, being down here and for over Christ 17 years now, and I mean, it's just there's nobody down here I can relate to, and it's just. I mean, you kind of know the feeling. I mean, you're in Reno. I mean, I know you have people but I mean, it's like I miss playing Magic, even though I got killed. I was just, I was just talking to yeah, I was actually just talking to a guy who started Vanguard a couple months ago, and we still talk. We just talked about a week ago, and he's talking about, maybe maybe hooking up some once I heal up, maybe hooking up. He actually lives 10 minutes away from where I used to work, and like hooking up and maybe playing Magic. I was like, I got to find my cards, and he was mentioning certain cards are worth a ton of money, and I can't think of the card names at this moment.
Oh,
Uh,
and yeah, and I'm sure your stuff is probably so dated and in all likelihood, I don't want to say banned, but I mean, if he goes by like official rules, because that shit has changed.
well, he was talking about stuff that because I try to remember some of the stuff series and stuff, and he was mentioning even the like cards back when I got 'em maybe worth something, but tournament wise, he wasn't talking about tournament actually, but you know, but I told him I'm like, dude, I'm totally if we do hook up ever, just be prepared. I sucked then, and I'm sure as hell probably suck now. Um, so,
And if
but
he wants back up to that, I would be more than happy to
I'm sure
send him an email.
I told him about the you guys ganging up on me on that game, and I'll never forget it.
Uh,
So I still have nightmares of it. I still wake up with sweat and chills, and you know.
well,
So
I'm pretty sure we didn't play that because that was a house rule type thing that we just kind of made up on the fly, wasn't it?
right, yeah,
Roll
yeah,
for
it
hit
wasn't.
points, and you had like
Yeah,
a
so the
thousand or something like
yeah, I
that.
was excited. I was like, yeah, all right, and yeah, that worked out really well.
So we gang fucked you in a
That's putting it mildly.
in a polite way.
Yeah, pretty
Um,
much. But I mean, it's just like stuff like that. I mean, I do miss we all playing together or something, and you know, especially since I've been off, and
well, you got to turn on your console every once in a while and play.
I, I, I,
To be
I
fair,
do. I know. I don't do it that often, and I'm not going to get into details really why here, but
no,
uh,
no, for God's sakes, yeah, that
no, no, no.
yeah,
But
I don't want to air any dirty laundry. I don't.
no, 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 no. That's
And
not.
I certainly don't want to bitch about our problems or anything because
No,
I
no, no.
mean,
That's not what we're done. That's not what I'm here to do.
it's
But
solid.
no, yeah, I know. I have been playing. You know, I'll
You're playing on other systems that we don't have.
right,
That's what you're doing.
pretty much,
Right.
and not intentionally either. It's just I don't know. I just seem to be addicted to certain games at the moment, and have been for a couple months now. So,
Oh,
um,
okay, so I get it.
huh?
You're picking quality of games over three assholes.
No,
Probably a good move.
well, no, no. I would like to hook up. I don't know what everybody's plans are, but I would like to. I
Well,
mean,
honestly, there isn't a whole lot to play.
right.
Um,
I mean, I mean,
the hunters don't like Dragon Age. We were playing that for a while. I really got into it for some reason.
I
Uh,
was fine with it. I mean, as long as I was playing with you and stuff, I was cool with it.
it's
You know. But the hunters, I mean, at least definitely Phil was not into it.
let me look up.
Apparently, there's new multiplayer stuff they added already for it.
Just a few new maps, and then on the
Right.
weekend they
Right.
have challenges to kill X amount of enemies with uh, an axe or a staff or whatever. And they
Right.
should like maybe email people saying, "Hey, we have an event this weekend. Come do it." And
Right.
they probably tweet or something like that. And I don't know that I follow
I
who.
don't follow BioWare.
Oh yeah, Bioware, and I don't know. I almost said somebody else, Activision. I don't know why.
Oh no 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 no.
Yeah, no, they have their own turds to deal with.
Right.
Um,
But no, I don't follow them on Twitter. I don't think I do.
well,
And I don't usually look at Twitter anyway. I rarely do.
yeah, even if I did, it's not like I would subscribe to them
Right.
and get up
But
to date Dragon Age Twitter feeds.
I mean, I know Phil was playing Grand Theft Auto, and I think he was trying to play through the story mode again on the Xbox One version. And but yeah, I mean, they don't. I knew they was on. It was on their Christmas list to their parents to get Sunset. It wasn't guaranteed they were going to get it, but I did see Phil on it one time. I went to go talk to him, but he apparently went out to lunch and then he had to go back to bed. So,
All right, so I
but
got not to distract from what we will be doing here, but
right.
I think I found a game that we can probably all play
Oh yeah.
at the end of the month. And actually, no, I think it comes out next month.
What's up?
Dying Light.
That is the sequel to Dead Island.
It's a four-player co-op.
They're not
Uh,
calling it the sequel to Dead Island anymore, but it is.
well, good because that game sucked too. So
Well, that's why they're not calling it Dead Island 2 because it's actually it's based off of it, but it's they I read uh, reached an interview with the developer and they said they're not calling it Dead Island 2 because it's much more it's much more broader than what
serious? I mean, as serious as you can make a zombie game.
right. Is that what you're? I'm sorry. What did you say?
Um, I don't know. What part didn't you hear?
No, I said no. It's a more serious game.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if you can make a zombie game serious, I guess.
Right.
Um,
Right. It was initially it was going to be the sequel to Dead Island, but
well,
they changed all that.
I'm happy because I mean, and honestly,
Right.
I haven't seen much on it. I just know that people are talking about it.
Yeah. It's very one thing people were upset about is that it's strictly going to be for the current gen platforms, and they canceled the last gen, so it will not be coming for the 360 PS3. So people were pretty pissed off about that, but I obviously don't care. Um,
You don't
I
say.
mean, well, I wouldn't buy it for the 360 or PS3 anyway. So, but yeah, I'm interested in it. I haven't pre-ordered it yet, but I know Best Buy is doing some between my discount and they're giving you a $10 in rewards. I might as well just pre-order it there. So, um, I'm the only thing is, well, they played Dead Island. I'm sure they'd be interested in Dying Light, the hunters.
Probably get them to watch a video of it or something.
Right,
We'll
right.
talk at them.
Okay.
Um,
So, not to distract what we were primarily talking
oh
about
yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah. But I sense that with everything going on with you, which I'm not going to go into detail, nor do I want.
Right.
Like I said, I don't want. I think that you would probably do well to just randomly talk from time to
Probably.
time. You know, I'm a big podcasting whore. With Tell 'em Steve Dave. I do the
Right.
Nerdist. You got me hooked on Bombcast. Uh,
Mhm.
they got me hooked on Crossy Roads.
Right.
You need to download that game if you haven't
Okay.
already. It's
Now,
as far as I know, it's only on the Amazon App Store for Android.
Crossed
Um,
Heroes.
Crossy
What's it called?
Roads. Crossy Roads. It's like Frogger, but on crack.
Oh, Crossroads.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that.
Ah, it's fucking fantastic. I got the kids playing it.
Okay, all right. How much
Matter of
is
fact,
it? Or is it for
it's free, and you get these something.
Crossy Road? Is that what it's
Yes,
called?
yes. It was exclusive to
Yes,
Amazon for like
that's
a week, and then it's going to be on Google Play. But
all right. I'm
everybody should
downloading.
play that game because it's fantastic.
All right, I'm downloading it now. So
There you go.
cool.
Not that you can see other people's. I don't think you can compare friends or whatever.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll follow. Take a look at it. But yeah, I did see because it was I was on one of Giant Bomb's
Quick
one
look
of the people editors or something like was one of their favorite games of
of
last
the
year or
year.
something
Oh,
like
really? I've
that.
only looked at a
Yeah.
few of their personal list. I religiously listen to their top whatever of 2000. Their Game of the
Yeah.
Year awards. I think is what they were calling it.
Right.
And I even went back and listened to last year's.
Hmm.
And I cannot disagree more with their current 2014, yes, Game of the Year.
Okay.
Do you remember what they gave it to?
I can't remember on top of my head right now.
Okay.
What did it? What was it?
Unless I'm wrong, didn't they give it to Shadow of Mordor?
Yeah, you're right. They gave it to Shadow of Mordor.
Really?
Right.
I,
I
I
mean,
mean, I
you
mean
played it more than I did.
uh,
Go ahead.
it was good, but I don't. I game of the year. I already know what mine is. So,
Yeah,
but
what would that be?
I'm not telling you. That's next week.
Oh,
And see,
okay.
and of course, I had asked you to, in your head get a list or whatever, and the same with movies. And then I went to Wiki and I just copy and pasted a list of everything that came out last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've maybe played 2% of the games released.
That surprised me.
Most of it's
Um,
because I don't have the platform, to be fair.
right,
Uh,
right. That's
but
true.
um,
I would just, I mean, we can talk about more next week, but this year has been pretty disappointing year for me.
well,
So,
I figure, and this is going to make it really fucking difficult, uh, because if we limit it to 10,
right.
I think we should list the top 10, and I got to think of a word to use. The cliche word I came up with was nerdgasm. uh,
Yeah,
like moments of the year, and that could include movies,
right,
games, a moment in a game, a trailer, or a book, or comic, or whatever. Anything
right.
that kind of falls under that spectrum of
That's a good idea.
of what we like. Um,
Right.
and so, good luck. I've already got three
Yeah,
TV moments. I got my
yeah.
favorite game, and then there's definitely a couple of movies and a couple other things. I don't want to give anything away because
That's fine.
but
No, that's
ranking them is going to be mind-numbingly difficult for me.
what's that?
I think ranking them is going to be really difficult.
Right, right.
Um, for what I liked last year, but I think as far as games go, last year
Yeah.
was like they had said. I think it was on the current episode of Bombcast. If you listen to it yet,
Hmm.
um, looking back at 2014, especially coming off of the year of two new consoles launching,
Right.
prior there really wasn't anything mind bending, and and boy, are they freaking right. There were a lot of broken games released this year.
Yeah, that's the trend this year. That's what I wanted to get into
Uh,
next week. That seemed
most
to be the theme this year.
most of which are games I didn't play, and
Well,
so
yeah, that's a big problem. Which is why I'm not saying, retro games didn't have their issues, but that's another thing why I don't. I mean, too. I mean, I'll get into that. Is I've been more retro this year, especially since I got my Retron 5. Until I quit my job, I was going absolutely bananas buying retro games. Um,
I bet you slow down a little bit.
a little bit. I actually,
I have
um,
that on record now, so for Jamie.
what's that?
I have that on record for Jamie in case he needs to use it in a court of law.
Right. No, I buy here. I mean, I buy once some deals if it's on like serious sale now. But um, yesterday because I figured hopefully I'll be back on my feet in a month or so. Not
Literally.
that literally. Um, there's a Nintendo's. I'll get into that too next week. Um, between the amiibo craze, which I didn't get into, I literally canceled all my stuff. I kind of regret it now, but that's insane. But Majora's Mask is coming to the 3DS next sometime this year. La 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 la.
Oh,
There's an
oh, sorry.
long story short, there's a collector's limited edition that it's going to go for tenfold in terms of collectible price, and it sold out within 2 hours on Amazon and GameStop yesterday. And I went and got it, pre-ordered it because there's no date for it yet. La 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 la. So, but anyway, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll, it comes to moments and all that too. I do have a few,
Oh.
especially TV. So definitely.
And you probably watch more mainstream than I do for sure.
Uh, Probably.
I mean, I
I
only
mean,
got three TV shows that I think qualify in that category that I watch.
Probably Walking Dead.
That might be one. I'm not going to say.
All right.
And the other two I know you don't watch, so I keep bitching you to watch. So,
Doctor Who and
uh,
Sherlock
yeah,
and
absolutely. Mm.
yeah, I know. I've there's a coworker, former coworker, who's now he works in another company now. Just called me recently. He's a avid TV Netflix watcher, and he throws about 400 shows down my throat every
So,
time. Um, what to watch, and I'm like, I can't keep up with all that.
well,
I
then
just
just forward that shit to me so I can watch it.
sure.
Um,
He's an older guy, but he's very into comics. He's a very we have good discussions on comics. Um,
I heard
and
somebody talking yesterday, I think it was yesterday, about a TV show called Doc Martin. It's a I don't know if it's BBC, but it's a
mhm.
British show, and I mean, just what he was saying, I was like, that might be kind of cool. So I might look that up. Um,
Okay,
but crap that people recommend to me, I usually watch, and they're nailing it. Like the IT crowd.
okay,
You could blow through that series in no time. It's only 4 seasons, and they're
right.
6 or 7.
I
You need to get Netflix.
know, I know. I should just get it because there's there's multiple reasons. Obviously, it's got some fantastic shows and you can binge watch like crazy. But
But you
I
have
know they're getting
Amazon Prime,
exclusive.
don't you?
Huh?
You have Amazon Prime?
No. Nope.
I have a service that you don't have.
I just don't get into. The thing is, it's like,
And
I
I don't
mean,
do it. I don't do it for the streaming. I was doing it because I got like a discount on shit. I mean, this was way back when, but
right,
I mean, and
right.
I, whatever.
No, I mean, I got the lecture from the guy I just mentioned. He does Amazon Prime and Netflix. Um, and like I said, you know, there's a lot of shows we actually like. He'll mention, we're a big Bruce Campbell fan, so like, he threw me over the Brusco County, and which was a great show when it was on, and our opinions, it was great. But like, he has a lot of shows that I would definitely watch. Plus, like I said, we shows that I know you won't get into, but because they're mainstream, but I'm really excited over what DC is finally doing on the TV side. And hope, I guess you're not.
No, no. I think if Gotham ends up on, is Gotham on Fox?
Yeah.
Uh, Now, I mean, obviously they're doing Daredevil on Netflix, which is, I
Yeah,
think,
that's great.
it's been finally announced. Actually, it's coming out in April, I think.
Soon, yeah, it's coming out sooner than everybody thought. Yeah.
Uh, and did you see the screenshot from it by
I saw
chance?
one. Yeah, I saw one. I saw one screenshot of it.
Where he looks like Wesley from The Princess Bride.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Marvel continues to put out what I considered growing up shitty comics, movies, or TV shows, but
Right.
they're fucking nailing it every time.
They're on a roll.
Uh,
They
but
do.
I think I don't know if Marvel and Netflix have a I don't know that there's some sort of exclusivity or something like that. I mean, I think there's DC
Well,
shit. I mean, I
Daredevil.
mean, there has to be DC stuff on Netflix. Well,
Yeah,
okay.
there is. There is. Yeah. They got Batman stuff. They got a
Yeah,
lot of Batman.
but that's like Tim Burton type Batman,
Wrong. They had the
which
bat. I thought they had like. I swear. Yeah, I'm almost positive they had Batman animated at one point.
I don't know if it's Batman anime because I wanted to watch that actually.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't know. Yeah, excuse me. Talk about me. It should be required viewing. You go through the Batman animated series.
oh,
That's some of the
Jesus.
best stuff you've. I'm telling you. You don't know what you're missing.
You think it's better than Sherlock? No.
Oh, look, I'm a diehard Batman fan. They nailed it.
I
I mean,
I down actually I I acquired it, quote
uh-huh.
unquote,
Might want to, yeah.
and yeah, I probably should sit and binge. Actually,
You
I
need to
forgot.
start it from the beginning, though. Try to
I
watch them in sequence. I mean, they're just some of the best I've seen. DC comes to animated. There's nobody that can touch them. I'm sorry.
As far as animated shows on Netflix currently, Batman Beyond and Batman: The Brave and the Bold.
I have never watched The Brave and the Bold.
I heard it was actually good,
Yes,
and
that's what I heard was
Diedrich
good.
Bader, whatever.
Right.
John
Beyond.
John
Go,
DiMaggio's on it too.
oh, yeah.
He's Anyways,
Anyway, no, I want to watch that because I mean I actually bought the Wii video game a long time ago, which was actually pretty good. But Batman Beyond is fantastic as long as you watch the original animated series because there are things that are in there you'll appreciate it. Hell, I mean it's a great show. Period. And I heard they're supposed to bring it back, um, but that it ties into the animated series. It's made by the same creators. Um, Obviously, the voice actors are all in there, and you know, I mean Bruce Timm and I'm just
Kevin,
gotta.
Kevin Conroy
Yes, Kevin Conroy, absolutely.
was Batman. Of course, I know.
He's the Batman voice. So was Mark Hamill for the Joker. I don't, my opinion.
Okay.
Huh? No?
Okay. No, I did not disagree with you whatsoever, did I?
All right. But so anyway,
No, but they have Arrow on here.
yeah, I bought I got them cheap. I got the first two seasons on Blu-ray Arrow.
And
I
there's
heard the first season's a little slow. But go ahead.
I don't know that I can.
Uh,
That's a show I don't know I can watch.
why? Because do you even know do you know like a lot of Batman's villains show up in that show? Like Ra's al Ghul and now the Flash, that TV series started, which I heard is good. That's being integrated with it.
Oh yeah, because I want to watch that too.
Oh, dude, you're
I,
too
I no. I'm not biased. I do want to watch Gotham, but
Gotham is very good.
I think I'm gonna watch it whenever it's all out.
That's fine. I mean, Gotham. I mean, they just started this again this week.
And the same thing with like Agents of Shield. The first season of Agents of Shield is finally on here, and
Yeah, I
I
bought
do
that on
want.
Blu-ray. That's gotten fantastic. I heard. I haven't watched the second season because I haven't gone through the first. And now that they released Agent Carter, which I heard is really, really good. I'm
Oof.
so, huh?
You sounded angry.
No, I'm angry because I am so behind because I really love because that story they're bringing in with Agent Carter series is this where Captain America, the second one, where it's Stark's father and that scientist of Red Skull.
Oh
It's
yeah,
all,
the
it's
chick that
all
looks like
Hydra.
the chick that looks like Kate Beckinsale but isn't.
Kate Beckinsale with huge knockers. Yeah, that would be her. She's gorgeous.
Okay.
So I
Um,
think so.
I I wouldn't kick her out of bed.
I heard the show's great, so it just started up. So no, I mean that they're doing good with that. So and I mean no, I mean I did you see the Ant-Man teaser?
I saw the teaser or the trailer?
It's
Because
a
there's
teaser.
two.
It's a teaser. There's
Oh
two.
no, that first one was a teaser. The
All
second one
right.
is more of a trailer.
Well, the first one was. Wait a minute. I'm confused. There's two things I saw. One that was shrunk down to nothing.
Right,
You couldn't see.
that is considered a teaser. Then they released a
Okay.
human-sized version of that,
Right.
and
That's
then just yesterday they released an actual trailer.
they called it. They still call it a teaser. I thought.
Well,
Because he is it the one I okay? Is it the one at the end? Paul Rudd's character says, you know, can we have a different name than Ant-Man?
yes.
Okay, that's a teaser.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. I'm just saying. It didn't really reveal much.
I mean,
Um,
if we're gonna go into this discussion, then okay, they call it a teaser. I would call that more of a trailer. That's more of a trailer than, say, a movie coming out on December 18th,
yeah,
2015.
that was a teaser. That was more of a.
That's a teaser. And the initial thing that they released for Ant-Man, teaser.
You know, I mean, the thing is with the Ant-Man, I don't know much about the character. I know he was one of the original Avengers. But I mean, they could take a risk on that. They did, you know. I know the guy who gives him the powers is actually supposed to be younger, but they put Michael Douglas in that role. And he's actually a significant character, but I guess they're not giving him the significant role. Uh,
Well, like I saw another site, and unfortunately I can't say who it was because I don't remember. It might have been IGN. I don't know.
Hmm.
Or maybe it was movie. I don't. It doesn't fucking matter. But they
Matter. Yeah.
Marvel movies are kind of like pizza, and I forget how the analogy went, so it doesn't matter. I mean, it was something like it's not good all the time, but I, I forget. They had a good analogy, and
Well, I mean, did you think Guardians was going to be good? I mean,
I had no idea of any expectations for Guardians whatsoever,
I
because
didn't either.
I knew nothing about the comic. I mean, I've heard of them. That's about the extent of what I knew.
Right.
Um, but I was expecting nothing, and when they announced it, I'm like, why are they doing that? That doesn't make sense. And this is before they released the whole grand scheme of
Right.
things.
The whole. Yeah.
Um, and I mean, shit. I
Yeah.
like I I don't give. I guess it doesn't matter if I give. I definitely liked it as far as Marvel movies go last year, which there really weren't too many.
I thought there was only two. Oh, if you're talking about X-Men, if you throw that in, but that's
Well, I mean, I guess technically we could. And when did Thor come out? Was that last year or the year
it
before?
wasn't last year. You mean the second Thor?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dark
obviously.
World. Which
No, that was the year before.
I mean, if you can just take all the Thor and Loki parts out and make that into a movie,
Right.
I, I would probably enjoy that movie a lot more. It wasn't bad, but
It
it
wasn't bad.
wasn't as enjoyable as the first one. Which I mean,
No.
that's yet another movie that I mean, in Captain America, it's like these are all characters I really despised growing up,
Yeah. Okay. Well.
and they've made them into characters that I actually enjoy and
Right.
want to watch and see. But I Guardians over Captain America any day, as far as the movie goes.
The second movie? I thought the
Yeah.
Winter Soldier was fantastic.
Do you think it was better than Guardians, or what? I mean,
Ooh, you're really. That's tough. I mean, I love Guardians. Don't get me wrong. For some reason they just nailed. I mean, they really nailed Captain America. I don't see a single flaw in that movie, for the most part. I just don't see it. Except where the hell is Red Skull? I know he ain't dead, but that's another day. Um, he's coming back. I'm telling you.
I'm
Um,
not sure.
I hope so because I loved this character in the first movie. Hugo Weaving did a fantastic job.
Oh, all right, I was gonna say that the actor made that character even that much better.
Absolutely, 100%. He made him. So, but I don't know. I mean, Guardians was a huge surprise. I mean, I wasn't expecting to be a turd, but with the soundtrack and you know, dude, I have it in my car in my player all the time. Um, um,
I have to stand up and start walking every time I hear Redbone. Or if I see a dog with a heart on, I start doing it.
that's nice. But I mean that was I don't know, man. I mean, they're both. First of all, everybody who was casted did really well. Um,
Well, okay.
no, you don't think?
I disagree with one. I mean the yes. I just felt the performance was lacking in my opinion of what's his name, Batista, that played Drax.
Uh,
I think his acting leaves a little bit to
well,
be
right.
desired.
He's not
He's a
exactly an
wrestler.
actor.
He's not an actor by any stretch
Uh,
of the he's no Rock in terms of
right.
acting.
I mean, maybe he was the weakest, but I thought he was fine. He delivered.
But I mean, as far as his physical build and everything, based on
Right.
what I've seen out of the comics,
He's matches it.
he's a, yeah, he was a perfect Drax. But
But I mean, Pratt made the movie, and I really thought, even though obviously he was a voiceover, I thought Bradley Cooper as Rocket was fantastic.
you can barely even recognize that it's Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, I know that's good.
Um, but
Yeah.
my biggest fear with Ant-Man is I don't want Paul Rudd to kind of play that
Paul
Star
Rudd.
Lord
Right, that's
type.
what I'm a little concerned about because he's Ant Man's pretty serious, or like he's kind of an asshole-ish person, whatever I understood.
Well, from what I read, because just like you, I don't know anything about this character,
Right, barely know.
and I I just kind of wikied him a little bit, and I was reading. I guess he's a criminal.
Yes.
That's all I know.
Yeah, he's yeah. I mean, like I said, um, he's needed if they're going to do what I think they're planning to do with all these movies coming out. Um,
Who,
and
Ant-Man or
well, Ant-Man, he's
okay?
needed in this whole wave coming out. He's actually needed. Um, but it's just I don't know. Marvel actually has to do something pretty quick if they're going to do Civil War right for the next Captain America. They have to bring Spider-Man somehow into it. And I heard talks on the initial talks between Sony and Disney dropped. They bombed. But apparently even higher ups in Sony are like, we got to get this going. We have to do this. This is just too big of a thing.
I,
He's part of
it's
this.
it's a fucking cash cow. Who
It
cares?
is. I understand that. It's just you got two big egos clashing. You got to have Spider-Man in the Civil War. He's integral. Me and my friend I just mentioned, who I told you is in the con, we talked about. He has to be in it. Now, I don't. I can care less about. Obviously, I heard that it won't be the jerk off who's playing Peter Parker now in the Amazing Spider-Man. So they won't bring him in, which is fine with me. He's terrible.
Did you
Uh,
see Amazing Spider-Man 2 yet?
I saw it 3 times, and this
You
most
saw it 3 times. How could you go through that thing 3 times?
it's on. If I'm bored, I'm on cable. There are things in it. There's like tiny things in it I thought are okay, but it's horrible.
But he's
Um,
Spider-Man. He's it's fine.
yeah, he's okay, but Peter Parker,
But when my 9-year-old daughter just randomly says he cries too much,
right,
he fucking cries too much. Then
right.
fuck that movie.
It's there's so many problems with the second one. I can't begin to tell you. Um,
Ugh.
I like the idea that they were heading towards it at the end of the movie with the Sinister Six and all that,
Well, yeah,
um,
that's all chit chat
but
now, as far as I know.
I heard it's not going to probably happen, but which is a shame. But after seeing Rhino,
Ugh.
that end sequence is probably one of the. I put that up that whole end sequence with Rhino, and I absolutely love Paul Giamatti as an actor. He's brilliant. I do. I think he's great.
I'm sitting here with my head in my hand. I was so excited for that character.
What Rhino?
Yes, and they made him into a goddamn
A machine.
transformer.
Right. Yeah. Dude. When I saw it, my jaw dropped. First of all, why the hell was he even added at the end of the movie? Then when I saw what they
Why was
made
he in the
Rhino,
movie at all, other than
right.
with the intentions of going into Sinister Six? Sinister Six, obviously.
Right.
I,
It's a big mistake. They made huge mistakes.
I thought he was going to be in it more personally, and he was
Right.
hardly in it. It turned out to be more Green Goblin, who that kid was. I know you like him.
I like him in that one movie. Yeah.
He plays like a good villain. He looks like a douchebag, an asshole.
Yeah. If you saw the movie I mentioned before,
Yeah, where the like 3 or 4 kids have these kinetic powers or some shit.
where they find this meteorite or something underground. I don't know what it was, and they end up becoming superheroes. And he ends up, he's great as that. He's fantastic. Um, and their version of the Green Goblin, which he should be Hobgoblin, not Green Goblin, but whatever. I don't give. I'm tired of all the mythology getting fucked up. Um, but it he easily doesn't look like a fucking Power Ranger, but I don't know.
No, he looked like Leprechaun.
Yeah, he did. That's the first thing I saw. I was like, I was the first impression I got too. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But um, no, it's a mess. So, but they got to get Spider-Man into the Civil War. They have no choice. So
But well, no, they have a choice because they can obviously they don't have to follow the rules of the comics. It's I mean
right, but
I know we want them to, but just like The Walking Dead, they just
right.
it's in that realm, but
It
it
will be
does.
it will be to me. I mean, I would be disappointed. I'd be very disappointed. They need to all get their acts together because I mean, it's really silly that in Age of Ultron we're going to see a different Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Yeah,
That really bothers me to no end. The guy who played Quicksilver in Days of Future Past, I like Evans. He's a great. I see him in another TV show I watch. He's a really good actor. He was fantastic in that film, in my opinion. For the short time he was in it. Um, I mean, I'm sure whoever's playing Quicksilver in the new one is fine. I can't remember who the hell it is. But yeah. And especially those, since Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are in the Avengers, you're tying that whole mutant thing in, and you can't. That's another thing too that you notice in the first Captain America. They never mention. They don't mention his Captain America shield as made from
Adamantium.
adamantium. Right?
Yeah.
They couldn't do it. They weren't allowed. I mean, when I first heard that, I'm like,
Are you sure they didn't?
no. They called it something completely different in the movie. No, they not. They even no. I can't remember what they called it. And
I could have swore. Well, you may.
No,
I don't know.
no.
Okay,
Uh,
I'll take your word for it.
no, I'm just trying to. They called it something else. Like Tony Stark or Stark's father or whatever called it something else, and I was just like, there's your licensing issue. Um, Here it is. First Avenger shield made of. Called it something else. I'll find it while I'm talking to you here, but yeah, it's they're definitely not calling it adamantium, but it should have been adamantium. So, God. But anyway, excuse me. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, like I said, Marvel right now can't do no wrong. I agree with you on that. So
And they obviously take a different route than DC. I mean, I'll go see Batman versus Wonder Woman versus Superman. I suppose.
um,
I,
mm, I know they're going very dark with it, which is fine with me. They should. Um,
but should Superman be dark?
he should be. Yes. If they're going to where the route I think they're taking it, well, he's going to be maybe not initially, but Superman actually becomes a very bad person in a certain line in the comic. He basically loses his mind when
What,
there's this saying
Bizarro or some said shit?
no, Bizarro is a clone that was created by Luthor. Um, it's that idiot. No, there's a story that they had out where Lane gets killed by the Joker, and he loses his mind. He basically, I don't know. Long story short,
Did you say the Joker kills Lois Lane?
yes, they cross. Yes.
Okay.
Oh no, wait, not Joker. Sorry, I'm getting myself confused.
You think?
Uh,
I mean, that would be cool.
no,
I would go read it then.
no, that is it. No. That's his. Yes, it's the Joker that kills Lois Lane. Yes.
I mean, because
Gotham.
If it's Justice League related, I mean, then
Yes, it's
obviously it
Justice
could be.
League.
You're right,
Yes, it's
I
Justice
mean,
League. Yeah, I'm losing my mind. Yes, there is. That's that story. There's and he kills Lois Lane, and then he ends up killing the Joker in that story span. But he ends up becoming evil, and for a time being, and you can't trust him, and so he's not exactly all Mr. Super Happy, you know. Yeah,
I wear my underwear on the outside and get away with it.
Right.
Well,
But no.
not the new Superman.
But yeah, but yeah, that story is actually kind of cool. But I obviously I just have problems with. I mean, I'm going to go see it. I'm a huge Justice League, even though it's the beginning of the Justice. My concern is, for what I've heard, what they're bringing in. I don't know. I mean, you've got Wonder Woman who looks like a stick, who doesn't look Amazonian, whatever. I just don't like the way she looks. You got.
You realize Linda Carter's too old for it now, right?
I understand that, but they could have gotten somebody better.
But she's got great boobs.
What's that?
I didn't say anything, especially about her boobs.
But the current one?
No, Linda Carter.
Oh, yes, she does. But yeah, she does. But But
Pervert.
yeah, whatever. Okay, she's a real human being. Um, but anyway,
What are you saying?
okay,
Don't go. No.
I'm not going anywhere. Um, but I don't like who they picked. She's her acting resume is the Fast and Furious movies. I mean, really,
Hmm.
those are great movies. If you,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, they must be because people keep going to see
oh
them.
yeah, there's they make a couple hundred million every one. Doesn't matter as long as they're bringing that, as long as they're making a few hundred million. They're not that expensive to make apparently either. So even though you got whatever who the f's in it, I don't care. Um, but yeah. So her acting chops ain't there, but that's fine. Um, I'll
I
see how
heard
she.
people wanted some MMA chick. I thought
I
people
think I
were.
heard that.
I thought I heard somebody clamoring about.
They need
Some,
somebody, right? I think I've heard something on that. It's just I know they toned this I forget her name is what the hell's her name, Gardeau or something. Um, they toned her up for the last year because she was really really thin, but she still looks too. She's not doesn't look Amazonian. Amazonian's got a little meat on them. Um,
Is her name
Gal Gadot or something like that.
That's not a name.
I thought that was her name. I don't
I mean,
know.
that isn't. That's her name apparently.
Yeah, I think it is,
But
but I'm okay. I'll swallow my pride and take Affleck as an older Batman. That's how they're going to portray him as an older Batman.
okay, but like I heard on um, what was it? It might have been Tell 'em Steve Dave. It was Brian Quinn was talking about it. He said the thing with Batman is you don't get an actor to play Batman. You get the actor to play Bruce Wayne.
Right.
Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne, especially
Right.
older, like you said. I think he'll be fine. I don't think that's gonna be a problem.
I don't. I don't think it'll be a huge problem. No. I did hear. Did you hear Bell said why did they didn't come to me? Because there was a rumor that he declined it. They offered him like a ton of money, and he says no, I'm not doing it. Then he's like, they never offered me anything, and I was like, why did they? I was kind of really shocked when I heard Ben Affleck's playing the Batman in this. Why didn't they come back to me? Um, you
That's
know.
that's perfectly fine. I'm
Yeah.
happy.
I mean,
I,
what's that?
he did fantastic.
Right.
I mean, the last one, which I can't even remember the damn name of the movie. What the hell is it called?
Dark Knight Rises.
Yes, thank you. I should know that, shouldn't I?
You should.
Just, uh,
I had no problem with the film. I didn't. You know.
it was fine, but it was. I
All right. Look.
you can't go from Dark Knight to that.
Well,
You
yeah.
know,
I mean, if you
where you
look,
need subtitles just to understand everybody and.
just I'm all right with that. But after, like they've been showing Dark Knight lately on cable, and I've watched it again, and after his performance, it's like really difficult. It's like I don't know what it was, but it was the and I put my foot in my mouth for that because I thought when I heard
Oh
Heath was
yeah.
playing,
Right, I said the same thing. I was like,
I
oh,
was like,
okay, isn't that
like
like Knight's Tale dude or whatever? Or...
yeah, I was like, nah, this isn't going to work at all. Yeah, I was wrong. Um,
Well, we all were. I mean, whenever that came out on video, I would sit and YouTube all the video parts for the Joker and sit there and watch them.
right,
Because I
right, because
just
they were that good. Every time, he stilled every scene he was in. So, but
can't watch that movie again.
oh, dude, like I said, I just recently watched it last week, and God, he's fantastic. So there's just no doubt. It's a shame. I mean, I think the story would have been different if he was still alive. I think they were because I heard after that they were planning to not have Bane as the villain, and it was going to be Philip Seymour Hoffman as the Penguin, and something with the Riddler. Um, and they wanted Johnny Depp to play the Riddler. And I'm like, hmm. Um,
Well, I
but
mean, at that point, you can't. question their choices if
Mm,
they got the Ledger thing right. Philip Seymour Hoffman probably would have played a good Penguin,
yep.
I think. Um,
Right.
but
No, I think he would have been fine as the Penguin. Um,
he's dead.
the guy who, by the way, whenever you get the chance to see Gotham, the guy who's playing the Penguin, obviously he's not the Penguin yet, but he's fantastic. He's the best thing on the show. Um,
I liked him in Walking Dead.
yeah, for that, yeah. But he's actually he. What I understand is they're focusing on like one villain. I mean, they've been introducing villains in the show in different ways, and I like how they're doing it for the most part. But
Who is what's her name? Is it Jada Pinkett Smith? Is that?
Jada Pinkett Smith is not from the comics. Miss Fish, the
Oh,
Fish.
okay. I didn't
No,
know.
he's not. She's good. She's really good.
I didn't know she was playing a
No, she's
character of
not.
some sort, like a poison ivy
No,
or something like that. But
no, 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 no. The way they're doing Poison Ivy is kind of interesting too. Um, she's not Pamela Isley yet. She, the way I think they're gonna do is long story short, um, oh, basically she gets adopted down the line. And I think that's where they're gonna throw her because people are like, "Why isn't her name Pamela Isley?" And but the girl playing her could be cool, but she's really young, so I don't know how they're gonna work that. But um, every character that's pretty much in there is good. The only person I don't care for too much so far, I mean, he's fine, but he's just a little whiny, is the guy who plays Bruce Wayne, the kid that plays Bruce Wayne. Um, but and the guy who plays Alfred, first didn't like him, but he's actually kind of a badass. I like how they're doing with his character. But the guy who plays Penguin, he's fantastic. So
and
if you ever get it,
if I remember correctly, in commercials, what's his name? Victor. Uh,
oh Zazo,
Mr. Freeze
yes.
is
Oh no no
eventually.
no no no! You're talking about Victor Freeze. There's Victor.
Yes.
Okay,
Isn't
yeah.
he in the show or?
Not yet. Not yet.
I could have swore I saw
They
commercials.
might have been a trailer of coming up because they showed a trailer of Jesus a month or so ago that showed Scarecrow.
Oh wow.
Um, right. And he hasn't shown up yet.
Hmm.
Maybe in the second half of this season. Um, but the way they're doing it, I mean, there was an episode. I'm not going to give away too much, but the Venom that the Bane character in the comics uses a thing called Venom that obviously builds its strength. They do an episode where it's basically they have this precursor of this stuff that does a slight. It's like it ends up being like the precursor to Venom, and they build an episode on that, and they mention Venom like basically in the end, like we actually at the end they say we perfected it, we took away the side effects, and now we have Venom. I knew right away that's what it was going to be. My wife Jamie's like, what? Because she doesn't know. I'm like, I'm telling you, this thing is a precursor to Venom, and obviously I had no one else to talk to about it, so she's like, okay, whatever. Um, but I like how the show's going for the most part. So, but anyway, um,
If you watch
excuse me.
Sherlock, I will watch Gotham.
All right, I know Sherlock's a good film or a good show. Excuse me.
It might as well be a film. I mean,
All right, they're long episodes, right?
yeah, without commercials, they're about 120 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
Um, I mean, and if you watch them on
Netflix.
Netflix or any other streaming device, I don't know if it's on Amazon or whatever else.
I know it's on Netflix, right? It's
It's
definitely
definitely
on
on Netflix. Oh, fuck yes, it's on Netflix. I watch it at least once a week.
Netflix. Yeah, I know.
Um,
I'm sure I really would enjoy it. I know I would.
uh,
Um,
and I think your wife would probably thoroughly
oh,
enjoy it
I'm
as well.
sure she would like that. No, she would probably dig that. Um, I don't doubt that. Um, it's um, like I'll avoid whatever some of the shows she watched, like The Bachelor's back, and that show is total garbage.
Oh dear
And,
Lord.
oh, it was funny yesterday. She's watching. I guess they had their first premiere episode of it, and they had this live red carpet event for it. And I guess one of the former couples that hooked up, you know, they're there for the premiere, and they're both to get married and they haven't been married yet. The guy who's interviewing the girl said, "Well, how certain are you guys are going to get married?" She's like, "Well, it's about 80-40." And my jaw just dropped.
I think
I'm
my
like,
heart just exploded.
80-40.
80-40.
Right. Right.
And
I couldn't stop talking about it to Jamie. I'm like, this is the reason why this show's garbage. 80-40.
well, what does she say? How could she not call it out? She's intelligent, at least and to the best of my
She
knowledge.
she saw it and she knew I was ready as soon as I caught it. Like I caught it quick and she knew I basically rambled on for like a half an hour about it.
Oh,
I was just
that's got to be enjoyable for her.
oh whatever.
You hear you
The show's
rant about a girl who currently doesn't know the
the percentage
what
system.
100% is, and a
Right.
breakdown, an even
Right.
breakdown of 100 is. It's tough. She's stressed, man. She's on TV.
Right. They're stressed. Right.
They
It's
have
wrong.
a,
What's wrong with society?
they have
But
a hard
anyway.
life.
Right. Right. Whatever, Bill. I got your sarcasm, but it pisses me off.
I, well, I mean, luckily I don't have to deal with any of that crap. So
Yeah, well, I do. Um, so,
you're a good husband,
oh, yes.
I
I'm
guess.
80-40 sure.
Yeah, I'm a 84.
I want to, I just died. I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. Um, but anyway, what are you gonna do? Um, uh, but yeah, I will definitely have my, I already have my general list, but I have a couple things that you mentioned there. But
well, since I widen it, you probably have a lot more to think about, and I
yeah, I
mean,
do.
I could casually remind you of a few things that may or may not have happened over the year.
Okay.
I don't think I've got too many video game related ones,
Hmm.
except for the game that I liked the most last year.
Yeah,
Um,
I think I know what that is, but anyway, I think I
no
have an inkling
spoilers.
now.
I,
I, ha,
was it on their top 10 list of on
giant bombs.
yeah,
Um,
under
Patrick.
under collective one, not individual. I'm betting
Um,
I'm betting no.
no, but it's despite a few media people not liking it, there's a lot of people that did, and
Oh,
um,
well, maybe you're not thinking the same. I don't know. Then again, I don't give two shits what people say. If I'm having fun with it, that's all I care about.
no, it's getting no. In terms of IGN's the only one that really trashed it. The rest of them gave it high ups, and I know which game you're going to mention, and I need to open it up, because that's the game. Those are games I fall in love with. I love games with a ton of atmosphere, and I know that game's oozing with it, and
Ooh,
that's one thing
I don't think you're thinking of the right. I don't think you're thinking.
Oh,
I don't think you're thinking right.
oh, maybe it's not that one. Okay,
Um,
okay. It's either
now I have to think. What you're talking about?
right.
I'll go through my list and see.
I know it ain't Guild Wars since it's been out for 5 years, so or whatever
Well,
it was.
it's definitely not Guild Wars, and even if it was Guild Wars, it wouldn't be Guild Wars.
Right, but
Uh,
it's tough for me. I mean, there's, I mean, I know I have it narrowed it down. I have it down to three in terms of my favorite, and
yeah, and you obviously have way more systems than I do. Um,
I've played a lot of games. I
right.
more than you, but you
You
don't even
you
know.
you have more unopened games than I bought all
Probably,
last year, probably.
I have to go with you on that one.
Um,
But I've also played a lot that you guys don't see, because I have
oh,
all.
so you're hiding stuff like Barbie's Adventure,
Yeah, that's it.
Ashley
Yeah,
Olsen and Mary Kate's
absolutely. Is
purse
Chris
shopping.
Henson around? Because I'm going to be arrested.
What are you doing
Um,
here?
what's that?
What are you doing
Yeah,
here? Is that what he
yeah,
said?
exactly. Hello, yeah, basically. Hi, I'm Chris Henson from. Would you like to step aside here for a moment? Did you watch a lot of those shows? Those Catch a Predators ones.
No.
No, it's disturbing, dude. It's messed up. It just, especially if you're obviously you're a father and you have 3 kids. It just I mean, yeah, I would hope so. Um,
Oh,
I
you mean
mean,
those 2 people that live here?
yeah, you're adoring kids. Um, but I mean, it's just so disgusting how people are. So, but
Well, and from what I understand, most of those people, because of where they film it at, are let go. They,
no,
in,
no, they're not let
and also
go.
the fact that it's entrapment, isn't it?
Um, apparently they go to court and all, and they do
Am I
have.
making an argument for pedophiles?
You sound like you are. They should,
I mean, fuck
but I
them.
mean, just unbelievable stuff, man. There's one guy. One guy brought his son. This little kid. I was ready to die.
That's
I'm
probably
like,
why I didn't watch it.
oh, it would upset you to hell. I mean, it upsets me, and I don't have children, but being a father of 3 kids, one adult now and 2 kids, it's still, I mean, it would infuriate you. It'd be like just unbelievable shit. But anyway,
Yeah,
no, but
I don't
go
think I
ahead.
can watch anything.
No,
I
I wouldn't. No,
That or animals, anything with animals. Some fuckhead
right.
ran over 2 ducks like where I walk, and
Oh, that's lovely.
I can't look. I get all bummed out.
That's terrible.
And it's like, I mean, it's a known place. There's a man-made pond there. It's like,
Right.
ugh.
You know, there's just a bunch of assholes out there, obviously. But no, I mean, like I said, yeah, I mean, I will agree with that statement. I probably have more unopened games that you have bought. But there's also a lot of games I bought and played, and um, but like I said, this year, I mean, um, you know, we'll talk about next week, but
You probably bought more
uh,
games on the Wii U than I bought all year of all my games combined. I,
probably
maybe.
no, I'm not
I
gonna
mean,
get
'cause
into it too much.
well, because I kind of went on a Steam
Steam
spree,
Rampage.
a little bit lately.
I
Um,
told you about my one buddy on there, right? He has like $8,000 spent on Steam.
yes.
Yeah, he's the one who played $200 in Gauntlet and la la la. In fact, he posted something. He's like, I have a friend who buys everything on the top of the planet, and another guy that works for NVIDIA. And he
Is
went in.
he Mr. Breeze? Is that his name?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the only reason I
Uh,
knew that is because his rank is 61.
yeah, his level is insane. That's another thing I wanted to mention to you, because I know how you got excited to go to 12, which I was, glad to help. But yeah, he's 60 something. What?
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's. We met through the Vita. There was a Vita Facebook page, and we gone from there. And we talk all the time. He like I said, IT guy. Like I said, I helped him in his company, believe it or not. So,
Oh
um,
yeah. We're talking about that.
right. I don't get it how 2 months they couldn't figure it out, and I'm not even a Windows Server guy, and it was like, okay, dude, try this. But anyway, uh, but he seems pretty good. What's cool about him though, he has these LAN parties like every month. His basement is it's all set up to hook up like tons of machines, tons of whatever. His wife cooks a ton of amazing food. His friends that come down bring all this amazing food, and that's all they do for the whole weekend. They stay there, and obviously the food is not exactly diet proof, but they have a blast. And he's always telling me, he's always texting me. He's like, "I wish you were here, man. Like we're playing this game this week, and weekend, and we're having this food." And I'm like, "Thanks for making me feel more depressed." So, but I definitely know if we were near, we would be friends. So, but anyway, um, but that's what I was saying. Going back to the original discussion is, I do miss us before playing together. Doesn't sound good, but you
Oh
get my
yeah,
point. Uh,
Big Doug.
let's not. I think that kid probably still is going through psychological damage. Um,
He was on To Catch a Predator.
yeah, that's nice. Did you go to that guy at the store? He just said he fucked that dude's ass. I don't know. It was just
We'll
an emotional
revisit that
reaction.
someday. We need
Yes, we
uh,
should.
we need the proper players in this room, though.
Yes, we do.
Uh,
Yes, that was an emotional reaction. Uh, but anyway, but yeah, I mean, I'll regards to Dying Light, yes. If I really want to get a game that we can sink our teeth into. Hopefully, I mean, I think Dying Light's 4-player co-op. Um, that's
yes, it
another thing.
is. Yes,
All
it's,
right, great.
well, I mean, as far as whatever I just looked up on a wiki, it says it's 4 players.
I
So
mean, that's what I don't understand about Destiny. What the hell? Why is it narrowed down to 3? I don't
three,
understand it.
three is a bizarre choice.
Really
Um,
bizarre.
I mean, it's not like the game is too would make it too easy because it's half that shit you could do by yourself, let
Right.
alone 4 people. So
Well, go ahead.
I don't know.
I mean, I actually ended up resell. I didn't open it, and I sold it for basically what I paid for. Um, I bought because just because I am. I got actually I made a
You had the
profit on it.
PlayStation, what the PlayStation one?
What's that?
Did you what? We get talking
No,
about the play?
no, I didn't. The Destiny for the PlayStation, the Ghost Edition, I sold it. Um, sold it to somebody on one of the Facebook pages I subscribe to. That you can buy or trade games. But no, Bungie released that Master Chief Collection, which was supposed to be this fantastic, all this maps and shit. I've heard nothing but the game being broken and just you would think it would, like matchmaking was basically impossible, and so I was like, I'm not really gonna keep it. It'll, so I sold it. Um, but yeah, no, but the PS4, I didn't want to get rid of the Destiny Ghost Edition, but I don't know. I mean, maybe it'll be worth a lot of money down the line. I don't know. So I did like the Ghost figurine. I thought that was pretty cool, but that's me. Um,
Unlikely that it'll be worth anything.
uh, it may or may not be. I don't know.
Just like at
There are,
the collector's edition Halo 3.
oh, with the helmet,
Yeah.
I still have it, and actually, it's gone back up in value.
Yeah. I'm
The
sure you can
legend.
retire on it.
No, it doesn't
You
even
and Jamie could
retire.
probably have a nice meal at Applebee's.
No, not retirement. But I'm going to tell you what is actually going up in value is, and I'll explain that maybe another time. Is everybody seems to be buying Nintendo, whatever. If especially retro, the prices on retro stuff for Nintendo is insane. It's just it's Genesis is starting to. I think Genesis is going to start to see a value and prices going up. There is some, but Nintendo, holy hell, man. Um, I just sold a uh, game called Lost Vikings 2. I bought it for $10. Never opened it. Found it in one of my boxes. It's worth $250. I mean, it's not something to retire to, but I mean that little thing. And then you got games that are worth like my Neo Geo stuff. I'm not touching. I'm not. Some of my games are worth thousands right now. So I got the Last Samurai, Samurai 6 goes for like $1,500 right now to $2,000.
I thought you were talking about the terrible movie.
No. Samurai Showdown.
Yes, 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 yes.
Samurai Showdown, and because
This
I
is
have
not.
people.
They weren't good.
Huh?
The last anything after 2 was terrible in my opinion.
No. 3 was okay. 4 was good. 5 was okay.
Jesus
6
Christ! I didn't know they made that many.
they made 6. Yeah, Neo Geo they made 6. I have them all.
Dear
Um,
Lord.
well, dude, that's what I'm saying.
Did my
Uh,
character at least make it to 6?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Blue Hair.
Yeah, Uchu
Yeah, he's in there.
Tachibana.
Yeah, he's in there.
He was like coughing up blood in 2 or 3 or something. I think 2.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's in 6. 6 they brought basically everybody back, and but 6 is the most. Well, they're all pretty valuable except for the. I think the second one only goes for like 100. The first one goes for like 50. The fourth one goes higher than 5. But anyway, long story short, I have even Metal Slugs now that are worth a lot of money. That I paid, God, $400 or $500 at one point. Now they're worth like $2,000.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know, dude. Like I said, I'm doing a small liquidation of some of my stuff right now, stuff because I have so much. For some reason, I ended up with 4 arcade sticks for the 360. I don't remember how I ended up accumulating that many
Because they released that many goddamn uh,
games.
Street Fighters.
Street Fighters, Injustice, which was a fantastic fighting game, but especially if you like DC stuff. But yeah, I mean, I got rid of a couple of those already. You know, I have collector's editions lying everywhere, and they're worth actually, believe it or not, more than what I paid. Um, we're just running out of space. So now we've cleared up a little bit. I'm not getting rid of everything. I'm not, I'm not panicking or anything like that. But I was just trying to provide some type of situation money. I mean, I sold about $2,000 worth of stuff already. Oh yeah, but that's nothing.
You're hitting the panic button a little too soon. If you're referring to what I think you're referring to.
No, I'm not hitting. No, that's not just that. It's just no, I'm not hitting the panic button. It's just I mean, there's stuff I can, I could say, okay, kind of don't want to get rid of it, but do I really, But some of my most expensive stuff, no. I mean, no. I can, if I really want to liquidate everything, I can probably get 30 to 40 grand easily and take a loss, but I'm not doing that, so it's just insane. But I was gonna say. Yeah, I'll talk to the hunters. Mention Dying Light. So I'm sure they.
I will occasionally see them on live.
Right.
They're definitely on spotty now because of their work, which is good.
Right. Yeah, they're getting their hours back, and so Buddha texted me like last week. I showed him the controller for the Shield tablet, which is actually, because it's a gaming tablet, you really need the controller. It's really nice. He's like, oh, no, I may get it. He sends me a text. I got the controller. It's great. I'm like, I told you. I know.
I got nothing to add to that. So.
Hey, well, I'm not to tell you. I mean, but. Have you played any? I know you've been. I mean, I've seen you play Destiny and all, occasionally. And have you played any Dead Gauntlet? Because despite the hiccups I had that initial night, I would like to play it eventually.
I have not actually.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up something.
Okay, that helps.
The Binding of Isaac.
I have that for the PS4. It was a free PS Plus thing.
And then I picked up Hero Siege, which I don't know why. I just kind of like those retro-looking games. And Binding of Isaac kind of reminds me of Zelda.
Yes.
But with Jesus.
Right.
And
very popular game. But go ahead.
The PC version. It's like there's an option there to switch to controls, and all it says is Google it.
Right.
So I Google it, and you have to download another application or software, I guess is what it's technically called, to basically assign your keys on your controller, in my case, the 360 controller, to keyboard strokes.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to actually download something and
map it.
Right, exactly, and it works. I wouldn't say flawlessly, but it works.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes my character keeps shooting, but that's a bizarre game.
It is. Like I said, PS Plus, it was a free game for PS4,
and I think it's the updated version of Isaac.
Right, Rebirth.
Right. So I mean, this was 49 cents on freaking Steam. I'm like, oh shit, I'll just get that.
Oh yeah, it's totally worth it. So. I mean, yeah.
And a lot of that came back from listening to their on Giant Bomb's last year's things. Things they were talking about. And I kind of wrote down things I heard him say that made me have some interest. And I just today looked up Mount Your Friends. Have you ever seen that game?
I did take a quick look at it. It's on Steam.
What the fuck?
That's weird. Yeah, I know Giant
I
Bomb mentioned it. Yeah.
and they seem to love it. I mean, I understand the
Right.
physics thing, but the
It's
dude's dicks
weird.
are swinging left and right.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Yeah, I went to look about like, what the hell is this? I'm like, I don't know.
No.
Yeah, that
No. So I won't be adding
oh,
that game.
it could be interesting.
No,
Uh,
it really couldn't. No.
I don't know.
I I mean,
Mm,
these guys in speedos flipping around, trying to
right.
uh, with the physics and their wieners flapping.
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I do. Ugh, not something I probably want to look into after seeing what it's about. So, but anyway, uh, what wanted to say to you? I forget now. But yeah, well, like I said, we'll if you hear from them, um, see them, the Hunters for Dying Light, I'll uh, I'll be in it as long as we all get together and do it. So, you know, I would like to. I think they'll be on board with it. I would hope. So,
They liked Dead Island, didn't they?
yeah, we
So
played it a lot. Me, Phil, and Buddha played it a lot.
there you go. So
Yeah.
I dropped the ball on that one.
Uh, Dude, me and Phil were playing the basically the add-on upgrade on 360 for a while, and then we just stopped playing it. It was they should have just released that as an add-on. They separated the game. I think it was called Reptide or something like that. Um, but they were trying to milk that as much as they could. Um, but yeah, I think they would enjoy it. So,
Oh.
but anyway, what are you laughing
I
about?
just could not get into that game, so
Right, I
I guess
know.
I should probably watch a video Dying Light before I go saying, yeah, I'm gonna go get that.
I again, I think they yeah, I mean, go ahead. Um, but I think they're trying to separate from Dead Island now because I think it's different from Dead Island. Like I said, I think like I said they started it going to be the Dead Island 2, but the things they changed in it and all they says this isn't Dead Island 2 anymore. It's a different game. So I don't think it's going to be Dead Island, basically Dead Island with new weapons and that's it. I mean, it's not. It's I don't even think it's going to play even the same. So, but I heard a lot of hype and like people seem to be interested in that. That and some other game actually I never got into the beta. Some game called Evolve. So I don't know what that's about.
Um,
I have
yeah,
no clue what that.
I definitely have interest in that.
Okay.
Hayden seems to think it looks fantastic. I just don't know that it has what's the word I'm looking for? Longevity of sorts to it. I don't know.
Hmm.
It just doesn't seem like it's gonna hold up.
All right. I don't know much. I don't know much about it. That's one game I keep hearing about, and I guess I was in the beta or something. I just never even spent the time to even do it.
It
Um,
if I'm not mistaken, it's made by the same guys that made Left 4 Dead,
yes.
and it's a four-player co-op. And then what you're taking on, you're like hunting basically this giant monster or whatever, like a King Kong-esque
Oh, okay.
monster. And I think that character is controlled by another person, so it's
Hmm.
all online
Okay.
or multiplayer, I guess of sorts. I mean, I'm sure there probably is a co-op, just a regular.
Speaking of online only, is it you that's playing Titanfall recently?
No, Hayden. I tried playing it. I'm like, oof,
Really?
oof. Yeah, yeah. He seems to. They actually released a few modes that are somewhat okay.
All right.
um,
I mean, I haven't played it since the first couple of weeks, and I've been one. I mean, I was like, yeah, maybe I should just go back in and see how it is. And
I I forgot that game come out last year, I believe.
right, right.
Um, Needless to say, I don't think it'll be in my list.
No, it's
it's
not on my list. I mean, I didn't play it enough. I mean, I did love
it's
the.
I think it's good. I think what they did with having man versus a big robot, it worked. The lack of weapons definitely was a really bad choice.
That's what I think. I really, to be my personal opinion, this was their testing ground. I really think because they're going to go multi-platform with this finally, with the sequel.
Right, I remember that's yeah, it's on.
I
Uh,
think that's where you're going to see all the meat and potatoes put finally in. You know, maybe they should have done it with the first one, yeah. Um, but I really think the sequel is going to be something. I really do.
I think to the best of my knowledge, it did well.
No, it did well. Yeah, some people bought $250 collector's edition. Um,
Yeah, I don't know anybody who done that.
ah, I love the the mech. It's freaking awesome.
Okay.
It's just I love it. Don't care. I'm not I if I like mechs, so it's one of the coolest collector's editions out there. It's just one of the biggest I've ever seen in my life. So I remember went to GameStop to pick it up, and they're like, "You sure you're gonna need somebody else to carry it with you?" I mean, dude, I barely got it in the car. So I mean, Buddha can tell you about how big that damn box is. It's massive. So, but you know, anyway. Um, but yeah, I mean, now you mentioned those few things to consider moments and stuff. I will definitely have some
Yeah.
things to think about during the week.
Good luck.
Um, I can think of some things.
I think you have it much harder than I do because I'm so limited on what I watch, what I play, what
Right,
I listen to.
exactly. Right.
Um,
That's right. And I there are a few things that I was very impressed with this year, and it isn't just Nintendo. And before you think that, but to say
I didn't expect you to say Nintendo at all.
you got the wrong misconception about it, but
I don't have a wrong misconception. I just know that a company just keeps releasing the same tired shit over and over again,
it's not the same tired shit though.
and
That's
you
the problem
lemmings
here.
keep buying it. So,
The problem is you don't play it to know if it's the same tired shit. It's not.
I
So
don't need to play Mario Party 8 or no, you know what? I fuck that game. I don't need to play Mario Kart 8 to know it's a kart game.
yeah, I mean, but you take a cart game and you involve it. It's
Right.
not. I mean, it I mean, it's a. I mean, how? I mean, would so? Let's not make any more kart racing games for the rest of the rest of time.
But give it a break.
Well, they release one every couple years. It's not like fucking Call of Duty. They release one every fucking year.
Well, that's another one that needs to go away.
That needs to go away. Okay. I mean, but they're not going to because it makes a ton of money. Nintendo releases something like Mario Kart every couple years. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it is Mario Kart 8, but there's other games. I mean, there's sequels galore. I mean, I mean, it isn't just Nintendo that's doing it. I mean,
And I hate all them too.
that's the problem. You gotta give some things a chance. You judge.
Yeah, I mean some things, sure, but change it up enough that it's different. Like
And I hate
the
to.
Bioshock 2. I see. I didn't play Bioshock 2 because I thought it was too much like Bioshock.
Well, it wasn't from the same developer. One, it was not made by. It was not made by the same team.
But
Um,
but Infinite was freaking
yeah,
brilliant.
Infinite was brilliant. It's just a damn shame the company.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
bizarre that
that
happened.
is really bizarre, and it's a shame because Infinite was brilliant, and I don't know if you ever played the 2 expansions that came out for it, but they are amazing. They're short as
Oh.
hell. You never played them?
No, you know what? I need to make sure I have that updated.
They're
I
you
matter
go.
of fact, I know I was disappointed with the first download. And I kind of got pissy with them in my own head.
Okay. Okay.
Because that first DLC was
You're talking about the multiplayer they
uh,
released?
right a steaming hot turd on
No, no,
a
no, no.
plate
That's not
that
what I'm talking about. I'm not caring about the multiplayer add-ons.
flung up my
The
crotch.
story, the story add-ons they added that has you going back to Rapture
Right,
is
I need to go.
fantastic.
Okay.
So I'm not talking about the multiplayer crap. I never even played multiplayer in BioShock.
Oh,
Um,
horrible.
those, yeah, yeah, I can imagine. But the story add-ons, which is what I care about, dude, they're not long. I'm not. They're. I beat the first one in about 3 to 4 hours. And the second one took a little longer for me, but they may be quicker for you. But I wanted to absorb the environment and the atmosphere. I mean, it was awesome what they did. It's a shame. It's just a shame because, God, I just love that series. I mean, the second one I never really got to play, but I mean, I know it's basically was more of the same as the first one. So I know I mean, one of these days I'll play it. But the first and third one are still some of my favorite games. Period. So easily. you know. And another thing too, we want to talk about next week. Uh, a game, and I'm going to say the name of it, but you saw on my list.
You're
You
promising a lot next week.
well, I got a lot to say about this last year.
Ooh.
But one game you dismissed because it had no multiplayer. You need to play this game. I don't care. It's everything. Like they took that franchise and blew it up, man. It was it's so for me it's thrilling what you do in that game, and they took a style genre and I don't know, man, gave it actually like a really good story and besides some strange shit in it and a character you actually care about now. So, but anyway, we can talk about that next week. What?
Okay, looking in the list that you had emailed me, I think I know.
Yeah, sure you do.
Oh fuck, I forgot about that movie.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
no, that's gonna be rough.
What's that?
No, wait, maybe I did have it in my head. Nothing.
Oh,
Um,
hmm. Okay.
I think I know which game you're talking about. If you emailed me that on that list that you
Right.
emailed me,
Right.
um, and the one game that is on there that I wanted to play is PT.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
which stands for playable teaser.
right, exactly. But
It's a PS4 right now.
I heard it was freaking amazing for.
It was, dude. I mean, it's a mind fuck. Hideo Kojima, he he's brilliant. I know you don't know much about him, but he's the Metal Gear creator, and
Oh yeah.
he's huge. I mean, the guy's amazeballs. I'm sorry. Um, he this came out of nowhere. This playable teaser came out of nowhere. No one knew it was coming. At least the general media and a lot of gamers did not know this thing was just going to pop up on the PlayStation 4 and be like, "What the hell is this?" And I guess he's making it an exclusive to PlayStation right now. I'm assuming that's why there's not been an Xbox One. But I'll get into it more maybe if I have a lot to talk about next week. But
Yeah, it sounds like I
um,
ain't gonna do anything. I just gotta sit here and listen to you.
yeah, you might get tired.
Yeah, that's okay.
But if it's the new reimagining of Silent Hill, and wow, that's all I gotta say. The
Huh.
demo's it's not even that long. I would say it's about an hour and a half. But oh man, I mean, I don't know if that's going to be the final product. I'm sure it's going to be. There's things I would assume. Again, it was just. It may even been just a test. Kojima is known to take things and make it a demo, and then it turns out the game is it was just like a test kitchen basically, and say, okay, this worked, this didn't work, and we're gonna, further
Wasn't that
along.
guy like known to be a little fucking a
A little weird,
little
crazy.
nuts?
Yes, but he's good nuts.
Oh yeah, yeah,
He
yeah. Like,
markets the hell. I mean, he's very smart on how he markets things. Um, yeah, he is. He's a little eccentric, but in a way. But he, what I think he's trying to do with this new Silent Hill. Um, uh, let's put it this way. Um, survival horror. I mean, I haven't played Alien Isolation. I know I need to, but
oh fuck that game.
I saw your clips. Um,
Jesus Christ.
Dude, I was like, I would have pissed my pants. Um, those two ones. I mean, he comes
That one
rushing
where he
in.
comes zipping around the corner, I'm like, because I just hit a save, I got away from the freaking alien, I finally got out of that goddamn area, and I was like, okay, cool, I'm in a place where I don't think he's at, so I'm walking around like a fucking moron, and that, Jesus Christ,
Why don't you use the radar?
I, it, I didn't think the alien was in that area,
Right, but
and did I do it before? I think I actually had done that. I actually had done that area, and I
right,
had left and got into the area where I knew he was at again. I thought because
right.
that area is actually relatively small.
Well, you were wrong,
Yeah, God damn.
dude. I would have been dropping my controller. I was like, holy shit. I mean,
Oh, yeah. I think I had to walk away for a few
that's
minutes after
good.
that. God, I
That's
mean,
good.
and
I
then
mean, what?
I get
Go
up to
ahead.
a save. I'm like, do I save? I'm like, and I keep looking around the corner. I was like, okay, is he anywhere near? I keep pulling my
Yeah,
radar. I'm like, because
dude,
I know
that's
if I
cool
save,
though.
yeah, well, if you say so.
We're gonna start wearing Depends.
Oh,
No, like I said, I mean, I've seen a couple streams besides obviously the one you had initially that one time, but yeah, I don't know. I need to pop it in. I just,
yeah,
you know,
it's a great game, especially if you like the original Alien.
right? I'm a
You
huge fan
got
of those.
lots of old throwbacks to it. The
Yep.
the tracking on the video and shit like that. Just
Yeah, they nailed the atmosphere. They nailed what it should be. For what I've seen and I've talked to, um, they have nothing but pretty much. Yeah, it could be frustrating, but they said it's great. It's finally an Alien game that does it right finally. But I mean, you know, so and for the love of God, could James Cameron and really Scott maybe get together and make a real Aliens film? Oh, please. I'm just saying. I don't know. Oh, wanted to ask. Did you uh, did you get the clusterfuck that's that new Terminator Genesis film? I don't know if it's a reboot. I mean,
um, I watched the trailer.
yeah. So yeah,
Um, I
yeah.
is it a reboot or is it a reimagining?
That's exactly the questions. As exactly that's what I'm
Because
asking.
from what I understand, as far as the plot goes, Schwarzenegger is sent back to um, watch over Sarah Connor,
Right.
um, and and for some reason he the way they're explaining him being older looking is his skin starts deteriorating or something like that.
Or
There's
he's
some sort
7 years
of
old. Or he's
there'll be
7 years old.
some. Well, yeah, the fact that the actor is 7 years old
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
is different. So
Right. Maybe it's more of a reimagining, but
it's the same characters.
right.
What's his name?
Kyle Reese.
Right,
Or-
he's played by like somebody totally different now. Like
Yeah.
I want to say it's an Asian guy.
Right.
Versus,
Right.
I don't know,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
but it looked like they had like the T1000 in it or something like that, or
Yep.
So I
It's weird. It's. I wasn't. I don't know. Go ahead.
it's not one that I'm looking forward to, but I'm
curious.
I have hopes. Right, exactly. You know,
Right. I'm not excited about it, but I'm like, maybe I need to see more footage and like, you know, so, but
plus I know Matt Smith is in it, who I know you don't know who that is.
doesn't sound familiar.
He
See,
was a
and
Doctor Who. He was
okay.
a Doctor Who. He was the yeah. Anyways, yes, he
Oh,
was,
that's cool. No, that's
and it'll be interesting to see him in a different role.
right.
See how he does, but uh, I don't know. It's a movie that's kind of on my radar because I love the first two Terminators,
Right.
especially the second one.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
Um, I
I've been
barely remember the third. The only thing I remember about the third one was Schwarzenegger hitting the chick with a urinal. Uh,
third one was okay. The fourth one was okay. Salvation was okay. It was better than the third, in my opinion.
I think
Um,
people will probably slap you for that, saying that.
what?
I couldn't even get through Salvation.
Oh, I didn't mind it. It got better in the end. The first half was
Right when the credits roll, and you get to leave. I only get to go home.
no. I think the first half was kind of lacking, but anyway, I don't know. I mean, we'll see what they're doing with it, but I just want to see. I mean, I'm one of the few that enjoyed Prometheus, and granted, it's not the Alien prequel everybody thought it was going to be, um, but it kind of was, and it kind of wasn't. I don't know what
Well,
Ridley Scott was going for, but
right, that dickhead just needs to admit. And I don't mean to call him a dickhead by any stretch of the
um,
imagination, but he needs to admit that it is a prequel to fucking Aliens.
right,
Instead of saying
um,
it's not a prequel to Aliens, you got
it
the
is
goddamn space jockey.
right. Um, I'm just hoping, you know, maybe they build on that. Um,
They are making a sequel, right?
I heard they are, but I thought I heard Scott's not involved, but I don't know if that's maybe I misheard. I'm like, I would like to see a sequel. Yeah, I heard about it. I just don't know how far. I mean, if it's just like, hey, we want to make a sequel. There's no screenplay yet, or um, but I'm curious. I would like to see that continue. Uh, we'll see.
I gotta rewatch it. I liked it actually. I remember
Oh,
seeing.
I thought it was a good flick. I just know a lot of people hated it. There was a distaste for that film because they thought they were going to see, you know, the alien creature like throughout that whole film, and I'm like, I don't think that
Yeah.
was the point. And you know, um, did you hear? Speaking of movies back in the day, that you heard they're going to make a new Ghostbusters, right? Finally,
Yes. Of
with all
course.
women, with all women.
Is that a definite now? I mean
Yes.
I heard that at one point.
Yeah, it's going to be all women.
If they get actresses that are acceptable, sure. The one
One,
person I thought I heard wanted in it, I would prefer not that she gets in it.
and who would that be?
Um,
Would that be
just
Melissa McCarthy?
yes, thank you.
Yeah, she's Bill Murray actually endorsed her.
She's fine, but every movie I've seen her in, she's the same fucking person over and over again.
Yeah, she doesn't have too much of a range. There's a couple movies she's actually kind of funny in, and there's a couple movies she's not funny in.
Right,
Um,
like the movie with Jason Bateman.
oh, that was terrible.
I actually liked it, but I got like this rager for Jason Bateman.
I like Jason Bateman, and
Who says that anymore?
well, he's hasn't gone anyway. I mean, he's been in some. I mean, he's been in some semi-funny movies. I mean, recently. But yeah, I heard that if the original whoever's left, Ernie Hudson and Dan Aykroyd and I guess that's
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray, I may end up showing up in the film, but they won't be their characters. They won't be, the original Ghostbusters at all. They'll just show up as a cameo, but not show up as what they were, which I
Mm.
think like what the fuck. Um, Whatever. They waited too long. Um, obviously.
Well, well, yeah,
I
one
mean, I
is now passed, and
right.
the
Well,
others are too old.
I can think of. Hold on for a minute. Let me check something. I can tell you something that will definitely be. In fact, I'm almost positive it happened last year, but I'm not going to say what it is right now. Somebody died that, and we were talking about it anyway, so you probably know. Um, that really, yeah. Um, that really affected me. So, um, but you know, uh, that'll be one thing I can talk about in 2000 for 2014.
I don't know if I put that on my top 10 moments. I
Not,
would maybe give
not.
that some
I'm
sort of
not.
special award.
No, it'll be
And honestly, I had forgot that he had passed away last year, and
right. And
yeah,
that, and it's not a good moment. It's a moment that affected me. So you know,
oh,
you don't understand. You don't understand how. I mean, I don't know if the other movies besides the Ghostbusters what he's done. Um,
Stripes.
Stripes,
It,
Groundhog Day,
right. There's a ton.
Caddyshack. Do I need to continue? I mean, the man was great. So, but and meeting Ernie Hudson and all and talking, actually mentioning him about Harold, and that was around the time he passed away too. That he was down at Monster Make. It was like around that week or two or something like that. So really nice guy too, Ernie. Actually, I guess you saw that comic book man episode where he was
Yeah, I
on.
was going to ask you if you'd seen it. He
Yeah,
looked about as lifeless as.
yeah.
Uh,
He wasn't like that. He wasn't like that. I mean, in Monster Man, he was a really nice guy. Um, I had him sign a crow statue I have, and he was like, "Wow, where'd you get this?" He's like, "This is really cool." And I said, "I actually got it here at one of the conventions earlier," and so I had him sign that, and um, really nice guy. Really, actually saw him previously. We were eating dinner at the hotel, and he walked right past us, and he had dinner like a couple tables up, and I'm like, like no one's bothering him. Hopefully no one went to bother him, but again, I mean, he's Ernie Hudson. He's not a huge celebrity, but he's iconic with the Ghostbusters. And there's actually like Ghostbuster societies and stuff. There's people that come with their packs and stuff, and there's like a Philadelphia one, and he's actually, you know, he supports that and all. So, but anyway, anyway. Um, all right. So, but yeah, I would like to continue to this. I think it's good. Um,
I think it'll be therapeutic of sorts for probably, well,
right.
probably more you than me, but I certainly um, think I could use it.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. So,
I have my reasons that I'm not going to go into now because we've been talking way too long as it is.
right. Well,
You probably gotta get to bed.
well, I'll probably get to bed, but I mean, it's not like I'm working at this moment. So,
And
but anyway,
apparently
that's fine.
Drew's on his way over eventually, so
Well, that's fine. No, 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 no.
he may
This
or
is
may not be fighting with his girlfriend. I don't know.
oh dear Lord. Uh,
Young love.
well, everybody. I know this is part of the thing. Everybody's good. The kids are good.
Everybody's good, alive
Good,
and well,
good,
as
good.
best as they can be.
No good.
I'm fine too, by the way.
I've always asked how you're doing, so you never ask me, bitch. I always ask you.
Well, because I know you're a mess. You're a hot mess.
I'm a hot mess, but I still think about everybody else besides myself. That's my problem.
Well, yeah,
Uh,
that is your problem.
yeah, pretty much.
We'll go into
Uh,
that
but
some other time. Not next week,
okay.
because apparently we have a lot.
Yes, we do. But yeah, let's do this next week. Um, that'd be awesome. So
I'm guessing probably the same day.
that's fine.
Wednesday or Thursdays will always work better for me
That's
because the
fine.
kids are here, not here. Rephrase that. And
Yeah. So, by the way, real quick, I saw the podiatrist yesterday, and he said the best he's seen the feet in months. So,
well, I almost want to see a picture of it, but not really.
no. Uh,
I've already had
everything-
descriptions as said by a few of our friends, and
right.
I'm good. Cool. Thanks for sharing that with me and everybody.
Oh, no problem.
Their feet have weirdness on them.
Yes,
That's good that they're getting better. So those things are working or whatever. So, but
basically.
yeah, we don't need to go into
No, we don't need to go on that. But anyway,
that.
you have your yeah. I'll send you some pics. Um,
Ooh.
no. All right. Well, you have yourself a good night. And we'll talk soon.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we'll talk in between now and next week. So
Absolutely.
so
Yeah, absolutely, man. All
okay,
right. You take care, man.
all right, later.
Later.